Welcome to the channel that flips the script on real estate, money, and mindset. I'm Ragno, and I created Redefine You to do exactly that. Redefine the way you invest in real estate. No theory, no trends, just raw, real strategy. Intended not to overeducate you, but to shorten the learning curve on your path to success. And apparently, if you do this fancy combo of liking and subscribing on this channel, YouTube will turn me into your personal real estate investment advisor, completely for free. And before you spend any more money on another course, just click in the description below. There's an access link to my free school community that's going to give you all the tools and resources that you need and access to people who are actually doing real deals. I want to go over today the reason why you're still stuck because you're believing these 6 lies that the internet gurus are feeding you. The first one being you need a license to invest in real estate. Now that's a total lie. Most people think that they need some sort of education or schooling on how to invest in real estate, but that's a total myth. You can buy property, sell property, even rent property without having to be licensed in this industry. What you do need to have is a proper strategy, and I recommend the right people on your team. A license does come in handy if you're trying to make money off commissions when you're buying or selling property, but the reality is we probably make 10x what our realtors make in this business, so having a license would actually be a setback. The second myth, passive income is actually passive. This is a huge misconception. When people hear passive income, they automatically think that they're gonna park their money into a property and it's just gonna be printing money for them while they're sitting on a beach sipping Mai Tais. But let me tell you, that's not the case. The truth is, real estate is only a passive journey once it is set up and structured properly. This comes from having the right infrastructure, having the right team in place, and also having the qualified tenants who are not creating headaches for you. You need to do this through building a system that is completely automated, built up with the right property managers, automated payment schedulers, automated reminders out to your tenants, and also having a maintenance crew on hand. Repairs can be expensive. If you're consistently third-party sourcing, that becomes a problem that you need to fix. And if you think that you're just gonna buy real estate and good old set it and forget it, let me tell you, you're wrong. If you do not have the systems and infrastructure in place, what you've done was just bought yourself another job. Passive doesn't mean inactive. It simply means systemized. The third myth is that real estate prices will always go up. If 2008 has taught us anything at all, it is that real estate prices will and can correct at some point. And when this happens, there will be a massive pullback. So to believe the myth that real estate prices always go up is a truth in the long term, but you have to be able to weather the storm in between. This comes from buying correctly and understanding the holding pattern and what it takes to fund real estate, aka cash flow. What matters most when you're buying real estate is calculating the cash flow, ensuring that you can sustain payments that come with it, and if it's a viable ROI, return on investment. You can do this by ensuring that you're buying property that pays you to own it on day one, and the cash flow is enough to cover your liabilities and expenses to maintain the property until that mortgage is paid off. This is how you turn real estate into a truly passive vehicle. The fourth misconception is that you need 20% down to buy real estate. This is what keeps most investors stuck in the hot seat. Never-ending scrolling, consistently trying to learn new strategies on how to get in this real estate game using their own money for down payments. Well, this is a huge misconception. And if you've seen from any of my other videos, I've given you strategies and ways that you can actually buy real estate and not having to use any of your own money, because you can use strategies like seller financing, private money, hard money, zero down loans. There's all types of financial programs in the market designed to show an investor how to win. You just need to understand where to find them and unlock how to use them in your strategy. What matters more than cash for a down payment is the creativity that you input into the deal. The more creative you get, the less money you're going to need to bring to the closing table. And if you stick around long enough, you're going to see exactly how we profit on the purchase using our signature POP method. That's right. We're talking about actually getting paid when we buy a property. And the fifth myth is that you can't invest out of state. Most people are held back from fear of investing outside of where they live. And this is a huge misconception. You need to set up what's called virtual boots on the ground in order to operate properties outside of the state that you currently live in. Now, in today's market, most people will tell you that you need to live close to your investment properties, but I will tell you, if you don't have a skill set that requires you to go and fix or maintain a property, what difference does it really make if you live close to your property or not? In fact, investing outside of your local market may be the only way that you're going to see actual appreciation, great value, and cash flow. And the secret to managing these properties outside of your own market is just managing a great team. You can do all of this from a cell phone and a laptop. And unless you have a special set of skills that's required to repair or manage a property, why would you invest the time and effort into doing that anyways? After all, you are looking for a passive investment, am I right? The sixth myth myth and the biggest lie of them all is that only rich people invest in real estate. And I can tell you, coming from humble beginnings, that real estate is not designed just for rich people, but is actually a vehicle that can help you get rich. Most successful investors didn't start off by parking their money because they were rich. They started off by leveraging other people's money in order to profit from it to become rich. But the difference here is not how much money you make, but it's how much money you keep. Utilizing strategic tax saving strategies is what keeps the rich rich and the wealthy wealthier. You don't need $1 million to get started. All you really need is one good deal. That one good deal can change the entire trajectory of your real estate investing career. That will unlock the way you structure future deals going forward and give you infinite ability to scale by profiting on the purchase. This is what truly unlocks unlimited capital to help you fund your dreams and your portfolio. In this game, value is more powerful than cash. Now let's go ahead and flip the narrative on these myths. You don't actually need a license, you need a structure. Passive income really just means systemization. Real estate markets don't always go up, but great deals will always see the hidden appreciation. You don't need 20% down, you actually just need to get more creative in your buy structure. You don't need to invest in your own backyard, you need to build the right team elsewhere. And for the last one, creativity over capital. Look, you don't need more money, you just need to know how to make the right moves. Click the link below, there's access to my free school community where you can get all the free tools and resources that you need to break all 6 of these myths. I'll catch you on the next video.